want a woman that can every now and then, just out of nowhere, she'd be like, baby, I got the bill this time. Or something. I'm like, wait now, hold on. I was dating a girl. We was out, it's probably like this 5th, 6th date, whatever. And I pulled my wallet out. I had the card on the table. The person came back and he was about to grab it. And she's like, oh no, take that back. And I was like, what you doing? And she paid for it. And when I tell you, that whole night, I just felt jolly. I was like, yeah. Yeah, she caught me off guard.
You're out here being the prize, and I
know, right? I was like, boy, if my mama could see me right now.
This is part 2, episode 47 of the Quality Cup live podcast. Make sure you like it, subscribe, comment, and leave a review. Enjoy the show.
Now, I will say this. If it's a nice enough girl, it's tough because I've put myself in a position to be okay with certain things too. So if it's a woman that I really, really like and I've taken an interest in her, and maybe she isn't at a certain point yet, but like you said, you can see that she wants to better herself, or you can see that the man wants to better himself, and you can see that he wants to change. He doesn't want to stay in that lane. And he's making the effort to do it, or she's making the effort to do it. I'm cool with that because I can see myself being that man to help lift her to that next level. And then who never knows, if I don't have the confidence to get to where I need to be, that's what I look into. That's what I look into when I'm looking for women also.
So
a lot of things.
Sorry. So you're saying that you're okay with dating potential? Right.
I would say that. I would. It's hard. It is tough because I agree. Like I said, Kira, I definitely agree with a lot of points that you made. But I am okay with dating potential. Now, where that potential starts, that's what I'm looking at. Where does the potential start at? Because if we're at a certain point in our lives, right now I'm 27. Kira, you're 28.
Yeah, I am.
28, Monty, 28, right? Or 20? No, you 26.
Yeah. No, I'm 27.
You 20?
I'm a couple months behind you.
I forgot you the young gun. My bad.
Don't come for me.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. It's all love. But anyway, but where that potential starts is what I look at. If you're working at let's say a Waffle House, but I see that you really own your stuff, you're going to school or you're doing whatever you need to do, I'm okay. And I'm okay being a provider at that point to help you get to a certain point. Now, if you're still at Waffle House and I've been doing X, Y, Z, at that point, it's like, why did I get into the relationship?
Hey, what about a manager at Waffle House, though? Because you moving up. You go to management. Hey, management, you can make some money as a manager.
That's facts. I'm not mad at that. That's why I said it's where you start at the potential. Like, where does the potential start? That's what I'm looking at. So I'm thinking of like different scenarios. Like, okay, you at TJ Maxx, right? But like you said, you're a manager. You're not you're not stalking. So you've been through that.
Yeah.
You're not stalking. But you're looking into how to own your own TJ Maxx or how to, become a partner or something like that in your company. Okay, cool. We're trying to make moves together because I'm not where I want to be fully yet. I'm nowhere near there. I'm at a standard to where I feel pretty good, but it's a lot more of movement that I plan on making within these next couple of years to put me in a place to where I feel comfortable to say, okay, I can, if I want to help whoever I want to help, I can. So that's how I look at it.
Okay. I think for me, I'm currently still in my potential stage, I guess. So, and I think I'll always be that because I'll never be.
Yeah.
Like I'll always need Jesus to fix it somewhere.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Come on to fix it because I need help. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, potential. And I really hope, just to kind of make it what's the word I'm looking for? Come on. Just to make it
what, like not
relevant.
to offend someone? By the way, if you
No.
work at
Not
Waffle
that.
House, you cool. I ain't got no
No,
problem.
not that, not that. Just to tie it back into like the point of just this podcast and everything. For me personally, I feel like I'm always in my potential stage. I'm nowhere close to where I want to be, but I think for me personally, I have to see you working in your potential. It can't just be, I see potential. I have to see you being active.
Yep.
And I have to see you making progress, even though you're not where I would like you to be or where I think you could be. If I see you making moves in it and towards it, that's okay for me. Now I'm still watching you. So if you stop at some point, I'm gonna be giving you the side eye a little bit. Like, hey, where's you stop? Where you stopping at? If you want to stop right here, I might need to get off the train. You feel me? But if I see you continuously, you on the train, you keep moving and working in your potential, I'm okay with that. And as long as I understand the vision and where you're going, I can work with that. I think, yeah, I can work with that. And I don't think it ain't nothing wrong with a little, you working at the Waffle House, you ain't a manager. For me, I ain't mad at it. Well, I think it depends. I lie. I think it depends on men versus women. Because guys can make 80,000 and would date a girl who's working at the Waffle House. Because men, that's not something men typically care about as much. A woman's income is like not really that deep most of the time. But it's different for men. I mean, for women looking for a guy. Of course, most women want a guy that's at their level or above. So that makes sense what Kira's saying. Cause I ain't trying to put words in your mouth, Isaac, but I feel like if a girl was super fine and you know what I'm saying, and she's stocking at TJ Maxx, you're gonna be like, hey, what's up, girl?
Exactly.
You can't tell me I'm lying.
I give you that. Potential don't matter.
You're stupid.
My bad. Edit that part out. Edit that piece. You good. Potential don't matter.
You stupid. But yeah, like it's a little different between men and women. It's different. It's for sure different.
But I will say, I also don't. For me, I'm a person that I always give more than I receive anyway. So I would want a woman that can every now and then, just out of nowhere, she'd be like, baby, I got the bill this time. Or something. I'm like, wait now, hold on. Because for me, that's not how I grew up. It was like the man always paid. But I would tell you this. I was dating a girl and and we was out, it's probably like this 5th, 6th date, whatever. And I pulled my wallet out, I had the card on the table, and I was waiting for the person to come back, and the person came back and he was about to grab it. And she's like, oh no, take that back. And I was like, what you doing? And she paid for it. And when I tell you, that whole night I just felt jolly. I was like, yeah. I just think maybe, and that might be because like one of my love languages is like, like I don't know, like something like that, like gift giving or something like that. So maybe that's why. But just to have that feeling that like that okay, if I didn't have it, she got my back. That's the only thing. Like if I didn't have it, I pray I always have it, and I'm gonna make a way to have it. But if if somehow I didn't have it and she got my back, we good.
Yeah.
And then from now on, you ain't gotta worry. I'm working I don't know if we can curse on here, but I'm working to get right anyway. So
Yeah, that's for sure. Cause you never know when you're gonna be up or when you're gonna be down. Like you may think you're gonna be up all the time, but sometimes you hit a little valley and then you can come back up. So yeah, I think that's super cool. That's super cool.
Yeah, she caught me off guard. I was like, wait a minute now.
Right?
Yeah, she caught me off guard.
You're out here being the prize, and I
know, right? I was like, boy, if my mama could see me right now.
So
I was like, if she can see me right now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. I think this conversation is also different between like depending on like we were saying before earlier, what level you're on. Because if you're young and both of y'all broke, y'all better take y'all butt to what's it called, Applebee's and get the 2 for $20. If they still do that, It's struggle love. Because if y'all both struggling, like it's cool. Like as long as you can kind of see like what's the called? You can see some fruit from speaking from a woman's perspective. You can see some fruit of this guy's labor of potential. I guess you can see him moving. I think that's totally fine. You can see he has a vision, as a goal. He's actually actively working towards it. Shoot, I don't see nothing wrong with the 2 for. I mean, with the 2 for 20, especially y'all in college or something, or y'all just got out and y'all trying to make it. Y'all trying to not make it, but you know what I'm saying. But after you get to a certain level and you get your income to be incoming some more, then you like, I'm good on 2 for 20. If you trying to,
if you're trying to first date me, oh no, not on a first date.
Because you already set that standard.
I mean, even no matter, like, I don't know, like I have no problem like going anywhere. Like, I don't know, like if I'll go to Waffle House sometimes now, I'll go to some other places sometimes now. But again, like I just don't look at it as a treat, and I look at a first date as a treat. And I just feel like the whole financial value, it just has a lot to do with, and then how I see first dates. I feel like the values that I have for a potential relationship, I want to see that those values are kind of matching with his, because like I am at this point, and it's not like the highest point in the world. I am still potential as well. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to like get to certain places. It's just that I'm happy with where I am now. I'm happy with where God blessed me to be now. And I absolutely want like an upward trajectory. However, I think that like when I'm married, I really do want that traditional role. And if I'm with a man who cannot support that traditional role for me, like if I had more babies, I would love to stay at home with those babies. I love that role. I love being a homemaker. I'm not that now because, well, I'm single. And I mean, that's not realistic for me right now. But like, I would love to make dinners and bake things and make sure that my babies have everything for school and to teach them and pray with my husband. And I mean, you can do all that while you're working too, because I'm doing it now. But like, I love the homemaker aspect, and I would love that to be my total and complete focus. And so like dating a man who cannot provide that makes no sense.
Yeah, for sure. Because if that's my bad. I'm away from the mic. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's clearly like a very high value for you. So yeah, it makes no sense for you to entertain a first date at Waffle House. It makes zero sense.
Makes no sense. I'm like, this is what I will be staying at home with? No, I can't.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like a first date, Kira, do you look at it as like the first date is what he thinks of you?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Makes sense.
But I also think of like actions that you take towards me during the course of like me knowing you, or during the course of our experience of each other, as what you think of me as well. So like first dates, that's so important, and I do look at it in that like you need to show me what is my value to you. But also,
can I challenge you a little bit on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
If this is a first date, he might not know you. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not have an opinion of you like that yet. So so for a man, if a man's watching this and is like, I'm trying to holler at her, I'm about to give you some game. so how does a man I don't want to say approach you, but I guess approach you and take you out in a way that's appropriate when he does not know you, and he may not know you very well or well at all, and he might not know how you see a first date. How do you like bring that together, I guess?
Yeah, and I mean, my dating process is very brief. with men because I don't want to form these emotional attachments with anybody. I've been there, I've done that, messed up with that, but like I'm not trying to do that anymore. And so before a first date, and those conversations that you have before a first date, that's also screening as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's collecting information and giving information and giving things that you like and dislike. And you're giving out those nuggets. I don't think first dates should happen before you've interacted a few times.
Okay.
Like, I don't think first dates should happen before you've had a chance to like, hey, I'm talking to you on the phone for a few times. I'm texting you. Sometimes I'm getting to know you a bit better. I feel like by the interactions that we'd have through text messages, phone calls, and not saying that we have to be on the phone at all hours of the night because I can't do that, or text all the time, can't do that. But like I know that I am transparent enough to have given him enough information to make a first date special. But then also, like, I don't know, just looking at what he sees as special. I don't know what he sees as special in that first date as well.
That actually makes a lot more sense now that I know what your process, like your preferred process is. That makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense.
It's not like me giving you my number and then like, oh, we're going out today.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I got you.
have like a screening process, and my screening process is very brief because I really know what I want. So like I can sift through people that aren't a good fit, and like I'm fine with that. But I don't know, like after a few times of talking to me, after those getting to know me chats and talking about certain things, you kind of have a perception of me. So what do you think about me from here? How are you going to treat me when we're in person? How are you going to like handle me when we're in person? What do you think of me to be generous with your finances? And that doesn't mean like giving me a band. It means like how are you treating me on this date? What are you doing that shows me that you're a generous man?
Okay.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Oh, you had to clear the throat. Okay.
I have a lot of like female friends, right? And we talk like the homies. We talk like the homies. From what I know, men will show you something and then change soon after.
Oh no, for sure.
Soon after. So how do you go about in your screening process? How do you go about reading those type of men out? Because if you go on the first date and he just wows you, you're like, this is crazy. And then 5-6 days down the line,
and then he changes his mind. Yeah. Yeah, and that's wild. That is wild.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, and I mean everybody may not have this belief system, but because I now put God in every single decision that I make, I pray about each of the men that I entertain. And I'm like, God, show me who he is past my feelings right now. And like, show me who he is past what I like superficially about him. And show me if this man is supposed to be in my life or not. Because if he's for me, let him stay. If he's not for me, please get this man out of my life, or please give me the courage to leave. Give me the wisdom to know who he is, how it fits according to your plan in my life. And then give me the courage to walk away if that's what you want me to do. Or let this man just walk away.
Facts.
And I feel like every single time that I've prayed that, I have, it's been working, because I mean I'm single right now.
Yeah. That prayer of if he ain't right, get him out is with the quickness. People like, where'd he go? He just disappeared. Oh man, ain't nothing to play with.
Absolutely. So I feel like getting wisdom that way, because I truly believe that if you ask God for that wisdom, he'll give it to you. And he's a kind father. So even if you messed up, I do believe that he will give you the grace to redirect your steps. So if I did happen to choose the wrong man, like I have, I God has redirected me, and when I fell on my face, picked me right back up, and I'm fine now. So I mean, even if they do switch up, that's on them, because I was a genuine person. I prayed for them. I held their heart safe, and that's between them and God.
For sure.
Okay.
Respect.
Okay. So I got a question for y'all, just to make for the people who might be listening or watching this. What would you hope someone else around our age group, or maybe just a little bit older, whatever, what do you think is a good thing for them to think about or not do on a first date, do on a first date, or when you're talking and getting to know somebody? What we need some helpful stuff for the peoples, because everybody don't have doesn't get sound advice, or maybe everybody isn't in a good community around people who do positive interactions with other people and relationships and things like that. So what would y'all say that could help somebody?
Okay. Well, definitely, if you're looking for like something long term relationship wise, I would say, just like Kira said, before you just hop on that first date, definitely get to know that person a little bit. Figure out some things that they like, some things that they don't like. See if it matches up with your ideal of life, of your future life, and then try to move forward from there. So I would say don't jump into things kind of quick, because people our age have that habit of like, I really like this girl, or I really like this dude, and then it's
Always.
like,
Yeah.
yep, you all in. It's like, all right, we gonna see where this go, and then, like you said, a lot of times we fall flat on our face because we didn't take that time to actually get to know the person. You
Yeah.
got, you got to see
Do
the
your
like
homework,
picture
baby.
of that person. Yeah, the own version. The picture that you believe was the version of that person isn't the true version of that person.
Yeah.
So definitely take the time to, even before the first date, like you said, take the time, take a couple weeks, get to know each other, and then have that first date. See how that first date goes, and if it doesn't work out from there, keep it moving. So I would say just take your time with it. That's one thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Kira, what you got? What you got?
Same things, like along his lines. Make sure that you know for yourself your core values. So how you want how you view faith, finances, health,
Mhm.
lifestyle, family. Get to know what you truly want and ground yourself in those values, and then find someone whose values match or complement those values. That's so important, because if you have like all the family, finances, lifestyle together, but then y'all two don't agree on religion,
Mhm.
that's gonna be a wild ride, and I don't
Yeah.
recommend it. I don't recommend that unless that's your vibe. I mean, some people are fine with that. I could never be fine with that. But like, just make sure that you know your core values, and then you get someone who complements or matches those core values.
Okay. Okay. I agree with y'all. I would say make sure you get some core values. Some people don't even have any.
Absolutely,
Get you
they're just
some.
winning in life.
You just do. You just walking through, like, baby, get yourself some core values and actually live
Mhm.
in those core values. Because you can't be like, oh, these are my values, and I'm looking for this, and you don't even like really live in those. You just
Yeah.
say you do. There's a lot of,
Mhm.
I mean, we all do that to a certain extent. We all, to a certain extent, we'd be like, yeah, I love my health, take care of my body, but then we do the opposite,
We're eating.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Mm.
yeah, I love God. You don't love God. What's wrong with
What's wrong
you?
with you?
but like real life though, you can't tell that you love God by looking at at your life. You can't tell, whatever.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then
Or
I would say, like, don't
you
be
know,
afraid to leave. Like, don't
yeah,
like,
Oh,
don't be afraid to leave a
yes.
relationship,
yeah,
because a lot of times, like, a lot of times, especially around our age, everybody is trying to work on themselves. And the way that some people, yeah, everybody is trying to work on themselves. And some people just aren't ready to work on themselves. That's why you put it in quotation.
yeah.
Some people just aren't ready to work on themselves at that time. And a lot of times, that type of energy, that type of vibe can bring down your own energy. And that's happened to me. That's happened to me while dating.
Oh shoot, hold on. I done did it again. Hold up.
Okay. You good.
I'm sorry, continue.
Oh man, what was I? Oh yeah. Just so don't be afraid to leave, because I've been in that situation to where I'm still working on myself for sure. And she was working on herself, but because we're in so different places at the time, we just weren't good for each other. Because I'm the type of person to where if you're hurting, I want to fix that. And some problems I can't fix. I can't. So if you're hurting emotionally or spiritually, I can't fix that for you. I can't do that. And seeing her hurt me. So after a while, my days are getting harder. They're getting longer. I'm sad, and I'm wondering why. And it's because I'm trying to put her in a place to where she's feel better about herself, and I'm forgetting myself in the process. So I would say, yeah, that's definitely, don't be afraid to just leave. Just, sometimes it's timing is everything, and that person might be your person, but at that moment, it just might not be the right time for that. So don't be afraid to, hit the deuces, and then, you never know. You might have to spin the block later. A couple of years later, I'm good. Spin the block.
Yeah. I want to add to that though. I think like a lot of people entertain people because they don't want to be lonely. Because it's something, they got somebody they can talk to, or they have somebody they can do whatever with. They just to say they have somebody, and like it's what's it called? Instant gratification. You kind of got to chill on that unless you want to invite chaos in your life. Absolutely. If you don't want chaos, you got to chill on it's cool right now because you're not lonely. You have somebody, but you don't want no chaos. I'm trying to tell you that chaos ain't nothing to play with. That chaos people draining your energy and all it. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So so y'all get y'all some values and figure out how you can live in those values. And don't be expecting what I would say, don't expect something from another person that you can't give. Or like, even though it's not quite the same for men and women don't necessarily offer the same things, but like the equal standard of that thing, if that makes sense. So like, I don't know, for some men, they might be like what Kira is on, like where I can afford the living if you can stay home and take care of my kids. Like, okay, cool. That's like equal level type of joint. Like you can get with that. But if you want some dude that's gonna take care of the whole household and he wants kids, but you like, nah, I'm good on the kid, like that's not equal. So you might not
want to be with him.
Or you might need to, baby, you might need to lower your standards. You feel me? Like you might be a little too high. I don't know what you're, I don't know. So yeah. Y'all got anything else before we
Yes, also men.
I'm listening.
Gain some. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not like targeting you, Isaac.
I'm joking.
Gain some like emotional intelligence. That is so important. And like, and this is not like directed at what you were saying earlier, but it did bring these thoughts to my head. Like sometimes, like we as women, we know how to fix a problem. Honestly, we really do. But we need that emotional space. And I feel like the difference and why some relationships really fail, because I've had relationships fail because of this as well. They're in our friendships. And I know you can't expect the same things from men and women friendships, get it. But like in our friendships, they're so rich because women do a very good job of holding space for another woman's feelings without necessarily trying to fix the problem. Because
I see where you're going.
Yeah. We can hold that space. And I feel like in relationships, sometimes when we are hurting, whether it's by that man or by something else, men like will take it to heart and personalize it when in that moment it's really not about you. Hold that space for that girl. Love her. Just be that safe space for her, that solitude. And then if she wants you to help her fix it then. But work on just empathy and listening and that emotional intelligence piece. And that would save so many relationships out here. Yeah, that would save y'all's lives in these relationships if you work on those feelings, not oh my gosh, not projecting insecurities as soon as I start talking about my feelings. If I say you hurt me and you immediately start defending yourself, no, just say, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's humbleness. Like, humble yourself. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's it. We can talk about later how you didn't mean to. But right now, I'm hurt and I can't even think logic. I can't think any logic in that point. I'm just thinking I'm hurt. And as soon as like you invalidate me, it's crazy. Like I'm just more hurt. So emotional intelligence, men work on that. That would be.
That sounds like the mark of a man with some maturity, and it also sounds like the mark of a man that actually genuinely cares about you. And even though he might not fully, because I ain't gonna lie, but bless his heart, love Stephon. Sometimes Stephon a little slow. He be trying to give me solutions. I'm like, sir, I didn't ask you for none of that. I just wanted to talk. So please be quiet. I don't say that, but I'd be looking, he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want me to tell you a solution. I'm like, but yes, sir. But I think the difference is he may, whatever, be trying to give me a solution, but like I can actively see him working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let me fix that real quick versus a dude that doesn't adjust anything. You just continue. Like, it is what it is. So yeah. Kira said, y'all get y'all some emotional intelligence,
please.
Definitely, and I agree with that. I'm a person that I'll say sorry. The problem that I had, and I'm just using this last relationship because it's the last relationship. The problem that I had was I'm okay with having that with having emotions for sure. I'm okay with that. I understand that people need space. I'm a type of dude that if things are going wrong sometimes, I need some space. But I'll tell you why I need space. The problem that I had was the whole communication. She would shut down and not even talk to me. And like I said,
that's definitely me. A little bit.
Oh
no, a little bit. It'd be a few hours and then I'll come back. It won't be like it'd be a few hours. See,
in beginnings of relationships. Oh no, it's cool. Yeah.
I apologize and then come back after maybe an hour or two. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
See, I get that, but in the beginning of relationships, sometimes that's a lot of work and a lot of stress on a dude. Because if a dude really cares about you and really loves you and wants to see you at your best, when you're at your sadness or you're at your lowest, it hurts that dude to see you that way. So even if he knows he can't fix it, and you can't even communicate to the dude why you need space or why you feel this way for right now, I become uninterested. I'm not gonna lie, because it bothers me to a certain point. To it's like, okay, I know I can't fix that problem. That's something within you, but at a certain point, it feels like you're treating me like an outsider.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, I feel like, okay, it is what it is. That's what. I was like, and I tried, and just so y'all know, I was broken up with. It wasn't the other way around. So it wasn't that I let her go because of that. It was other issues that she just felt like she needed time to work on herself. And I'm okay with that because I felt like I kept trying to figure out how I can how to make her happy. Yeah. And then at a certain point, I'm like, what am I doing for me? What is she doing to make me happy at all? That was my problem. That was the only problem I had. So I get what you're saying. Something we do as men need to work on, like that emotion side of things. We do need to work on that because I really do think that'll save a lot of relationships. I just wish that the communication behind it just a little better. Yeah, just a little bit, and then we can see what can work from it.
I ain't gonna like that communication thing ain't no joke on both sides because I think sometimes women can be overly emotional and like and sometimes being overly emotional would take you out of reality.
It will.
Like it be you be in Delulu land. Like,
oh yeah.
Really in big Delulu.
I'm dying because I would be asleep. I'm dying because I would be asleep and I would wake up to a message like, "Do you really love me?"
Like, yeah.
Would you love me if I was? Absolutely.
I would just be like, I don't know.
It's real. Like it's, and I think for me, sometimes I like take some time to process stuff so I can make sure I'm not being delulu. Like, am I tripping? Am I being overly emotional? Is it PMS? Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Is it valid? Let me process this. Let me think about it. Let me roll it over. Am I tripping? That whole thing before I like be like, hey, yo, you don't, whatever else. Or sometimes after I process it, then I'll come and like talk to Stefan and be like, you know what? I was tripping a little bit. I was thinking this, and this, and I apologize for like disappearing on you for a couple hours or whatever it was. Or like, whatever, I don't know, whatever the case is. So that communication thing ain't nothing to play.
It's huge.
It's a whole skill that nobody
talks about.
Yeah. For real. So but y'all, thank y'all so much for coming back again. This time was a little more serious conversation-ish, but it was still really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, thank you for having us.
It's always a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank y'all for listening and watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share it to all your people, friends, family members, cousins, whoever, auntie,